From the Bob Mills Weather Center, meteorologist Stephen Nehrenz.
Parts of the green country getting drenched yet again over the last about 24 hours. These are two-day rainfall totals. The large majority of this has been in the last 24 hours. Oilton approaching 6 inches of rain. A lot of that was in about a 6-hour period last night. Stillwater approaching 4.5 inches. Pawnee, Winona, a lot of Pawnee and Osage County not far off from 4 inches, and actually southern portions of the county even more than that. Tulsa approaching 3 inches officially from the MESNet sensor. As you know, the deal is your backyard sensors probably got something different listed, but that's what's official there. In Copan, over 2.5 inches. The heavier totals have been in our northwestern counties for a change, as opposed to south and east of Tulsa, where we've seen a lot of heavy rains recently. So that is at least a nice change. But everyone's been getting rain so far, or will, before the day is up. Our trackers are out watching things because obviously flooding will be a concern this afternoon, and there is the potential that 1 or 2 strong to severe thunderstorms could try to flare up on the eastern edge of this line of storms as it gets further east of Tulsa and gets into some slightly more unstable or untapped air. So that was Bob shot just to the south side of the metro, south of Glenpool. Brandon near Inola has been on Highway 412 headed east. They're just going to be set up waiting for these storms to move in as they try to intensify a bit this afternoon. Vaughn and JD headed out as well. So our guys are going to be watching things for us. The severe weather threats are pretty low because of all the rain. Temperatures are obviously quite cool, and there's not a lot of instability for us to work with, but there still could be a couple storms that try to get slightly rowdy later on. Right now, it's just heavy rains, and these are all lifting south to north, Bixby up towards Broken Arrow, Wasso, and Catoosa. Rainfall rates have been about 1 inch per hour with some of this activity, so that would pile up pretty quickly in some of those kind of low water crossing areas, so watch that closely. You do see we are having a slightly eastward progression of this line as well, though. So that extends from about Owasso through the east side of Tulsa to Bixby down towards Okmulgee. You see how this line's trying to firm up just a little bit right on that leading edge is where there might be a flare up of some stronger gusty winds this afternoon as that marches further east. Further to the north, southeast Kansas, Independence towards Edna, Chitopa, Parsons. Just some steady rains rolling through, and finally starting to see a little bit of a back edge break in western Pawnee, western Osage County, where you've been just getting rain after rain after rain since last night. And as I mentioned, you get east of McAllister, Wilburton, and you follow Stigler, Sallisaw. You've had very little happening, but all this rain that you see here is going to progress further east with time this afternoon and start to impact our eastern counties. We're in the 60s. Most of us aren't going to move very far as the clouds hang in. We'll try to nudge towards the upper 60s in spots later on. Flooding still the main concern. That flash flood or flood watch continues along the I-44 corridor to the north and west. We could see this extended further to the east where the heavier rains start to focus, because the heavier rains are about to taper off in our western counties. Severe weather threats are more confined towards the Red River, kind of that Texoma region into North Texas. But southeastern Oklahoma, if we get just enough instability and wind shear going this afternoon, we may have a few storms that either produce some large hail or some strong gusty winds. Flooding by and large is the biggest issue. An additional 1 to 2 inches of rain on top of what we had already. Far eastern, southeastern Oklahoma may already have more than that coming later this afternoon. Tornado risk is very low. This would mainly be for far southeastern Oklahoma, but just can't totally rule out 1 or 2 storms right on the leading edge of that line trying to briefly produce some rotation. So that's why our trackers are going to be out watching it. So through the afternoon, there goes that line. Notice future view shows it kind of firming up a little bit as it heads towards, say, Grand Lake and Tahlequah and Sallisaw during the mid-afternoon hours. A little bit of a break back to the west of Tulsa, finally, where you've been getting inundated here for a while. There will be more showers and storms kind of filling back in through the nighttime hours. Now, by this evening, the severe weather threats, what is left of them, is pretty much done. But still some showers lingering overnight into tomorrow morning. Lows upper 50s to near 60. Rain still continues tomorrow, not nearly as widespread, but the upper level low sits and spins here, so clouds will hang in. Will be in the 60s, maybe near 70 in spots, and then showers and occasional storms will just kind of sit and spin over our area through Wednesday, even into portions of Thursday, before finally starting to wind down by the latter half of Thursday. So that cloud cover is going to obviously hold our temperatures below normal through the Thursday time frame, and then as we head into the weekend, just in time for the Memorial Day weekend, some sunshine returns. 80s Friday and Saturday, near 90 as Sunday and Memorial Day on Monday.